Time to rev it up. Yes, it's back to Chainsaw Man. Yes, welcome back to Chainsaw Man. Anime Review, episode number 3. This one's discussing the third episode of the series, Meowy's Whereabouts. Yes, that is seriously the name of this episode. Now, this episode does finish adapting chapter 5 of the manga, basically pages 11-19, along with, chapters 6 to 8. Now, the opening sequence, basically from the start of the episode up until a certain point, is basically like basically chapter 5. And this anime does really well. Basically, it's like covering, in a way, they cover like here's like three and a half chapters in just one episode. Yep. Now we start out basically we left off from last week, where we have Power being chastised by Mikita, and I was just enjoying this scene purely because it just seems like though Sarah Winehoff is like having a blast playing this character, and it's only her second episode she's appeared in, and she's just having so much fun, and having her say that the manga accurate dialogue is so awesome. Because here she is. She's covered in purple blood. Now, you might be curious and asking, was she covered in this purple blood in the manga, you might ask? They never show, it's because it's in black and white, you couldn't really tell it's purple blood. It's mostly just her shirt just roughed up, but I appreciate though they actually added it back in with the whole thing of purple blood. Of course, you have him staring at Power's chest because he really wants to funnel some boobs. Yes, seriously, that's what he wants to do. So, after basically, even though it pointed out that basically technically wish it was legal, but the only reason it was because she works for the public devil agency, the devil agency. So, pretty much in a way, like right after this. Because basically all she wants to see is become partners. And the fact they argue, and of course the argument is pretty accurate in the manga. And then pretty much afterwards, and they see basically where these two are near a vending machine. Yes, a vending machine. Where basically you see Denji getting a drink. Yes, a drink. And you see Power playing with a cat. Big Up's only friends with cats. So, of course, he mentions that he wants friends with, he mentioned about being friends with devils, but that's something else altogether. And he's like, man, like, he mentions he really wants to touch a woman's chest, and he's like, you can touch mine. Like, really? He's like, sure, but first you have to save my cat, Meowy. She was taken by a devil. The Bat Devil. Oh boy, this thing. Yep. And then they go on a ride over. They basically look like they were at a train, but it's later really right a bus to where the bat is. Meanwhile, though, we see Mikita talking to basically her bosses about Soviets getting involved in this because because I've heard this is set in the 90s, but the Soviets been around, so it could be old 1990s. Excuse me, though. The thing is, by I think it was like 1990 or 1991 is when basically the Berlin Wall was coming. I think 19 was when the Berlin Wall came down, and around the same time the Soviet government fell apart. So, yeah, also take on that. So, mentioned they get a recent puppy in, of course, I was being trained, and then we have her talking to a case study, the one we debuted just last episode, about possibly we can see other devils like a coffee devil, a car devil, pretty strong. But talk about Chainsaw. It's a really good conversation between the two of them. Talk about potentially see other devils in the series. But in case you're curious, though, will we see either a car devil or a coffee devil? No, because I don't remember it to pop up in the series. So there's that. Pretty much in a way, like, and then after that conversation, they have Denji and Power arrive at the place, like, and then of course, you have Power kind of turning on him, hitting him with a hammer. Of course, they fight briefly, and then she drags his unconscious body over to the Bat Devil, this gigantic demon. this devil who's missing an arm, and he drinks some of Denji's blood. He finds it disgusting. Now, here's the thing. He does not know that he's actually part devil. He does not know that. And here's the thing. Now, on the bus on the way over there, Denji did bring in the power that he mentioned Pochi in the episode. Yes, Pochi gets a brief mention, but it's not make his appearance, because Pochi is the Chainsaw Man's heart. Oh, he also mentions that he can turn the chainsaws. So, and then of course, after him restoring his arm, and he's like, okay, give me blood, give me back my cat. So he's like, nah, I'm going to punish you, give me disgusting food. And then he proceeds to swallow the cat, which is kept in the cage. And then he proceeds to pick up power and then swallow her whole. Yep, swallows up power. Yep, that's simply the reason that's simply what happens here. And that's less the power for the rest of the episode. But don't worry, she'll be back. She's not dead. She's not dead yet. Anyways, she doesn't die in this story arc. Don't worry about that. She's still around. And of course, he sees, I smell some cigarette smoke, some makeup. And he decides, I'm going to eat some children. Yes, seriously, he says this in the anime. He also mentions a pregnant woman, a virgin, and a chubby guy. Yes, seriously, this is what the Bat Devil is talking himself about. Eating various people, including freaking children. And then, of course, you see Denji attached, he's like, give me my boobs. Because he really wants to touch Power's breast. Yep. And then, of course, he proceeds to try to knock him off. Doesn't work. And he tries to eat him, tries to squeeze him, trying to break him. And then you see him, because in the manga, they didn't really show this. It just automatically like that. You see him pull the thread, and you see him turn the Chainsaw Man. You're probably asking, why the heck did I turn the Chainsaw Man last episode? Well, the kind of the reason is because they probably cut the scene they cut due to time was him saving a little girl, and that was why I cut due to time. And those chapters he didn't turn the Chainsaw Man. At this point, if you read the manga, he only just turned the Chainsaw Man just in the opening chapter. It wasn't until this point. It took a little while before he felt like he doesn't do it every chapter. Later on, he does. Always say Chainsaw Man for about 20-30 chapters because of the plot of the series. There he goes in their form anyways. I will get to more of that whenever they get down the line of having more manga. Steve transforms in the Chainsaw Man to chop off Bat Devil's arm. And of course he landed in top of an office building. And he tells the office lady there, it's like, leave, he's gonna eat you. And she's like, yeah, she proceeds to leave. And he basically takes her down. Of course, during the fight, they apparently knock over some power lines, cause some damage to some roads, get people to leave. Despite being in Chainsaw Man form, he can still talk in the Chainsaw Man form, proceeds to tell where to go, not harming him anyways. And then we have basically him try to say, oh, you gonna see this guy? Nah, I don't give a damn about him. He basically throws the car right at the Bat Devil. Maybe he's to slice him up, and that's pretty much how the episode ends. Excuse me. Absolute great episode. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. This was just pure fun. Yeah. Sarah Hoff does an excellent job for a second episode in a row. And I can't wait for the stuff that she's going to do next episode. Though, next episode is going to have most of the remainder of this arc. But it's not going to finish it. Nope. The arc officially gets wrapped up with episode 5. Which doesn't air until, not this week, but the following week. That's when this arc finally wraps up. And can you believe we're only on the second arc we're only the second arc of the manga, the Bat Devil arc? Yeah, it's only the second arc. The intro arc was just the first couple episodes. Yeah, it's only 4 chapters. I think it's collected in one book. Yeah, they actually skipped over a battle in the actual episode. They skipped over a battle with someone called the Muscle Devil. Because they appear in the anime. I'm not really sure why they cut him for, but they did. I mean, he appears for 1 chapter. He basically appears in a sequence where it was mostly cut for timing. I'm hoping at some point they actually bother to adapt basically him and basically his story. I would like to see that. It just depends exactly, like, how should I put this? It'll depend upon exactly, like, when in the world that will be, or when in the world that will be adapting it. Yep. Oh, and in case you're curious, the Bat Devil, appearance-wise, looks like he's about, I'd say about 10 feet tall. Yeah, he's basically about 10 feet tall and can cause like a lot of damage. Yeah, and that's pretty much okay for this particular review. Uh, Basically tomorrow we're gonna have about 8 anime to discuss. At least one new manga chapter. Let's see, I think it's like just one, I believe so. Yeah, because I have the thing open up here. I have the Weekly Showing Up app. So basically, these following anime will come up tomorrow. Now, will One Piece release new chapter tomorrow? Yep. Okay. How about Black Clover? Yes, it will. How about My Hero Academia? Nope. Hunter x Hunter. Yes. So I'd say right now, I'd say 3 out of 4 comes out tomorrow. Yep. So expect to see probably those 2 reviews, probably for Black Clover and Hunter x Hunter, probably along with basically reviews tomorrow. So basically, if I was 8 anime, hopefully I get a chance to do it tomorrow, and 2 manga reviews, I probably could put at least 1 review for Super Sentai. Any comic corners? Not currently, no. I really want to get these anime done first. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. And that's Game for this time. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.